Hello, my name is Zoe Weaver, and I will be sharing with you our work towards creating a catalog of Central New York's freshwater sponge species and their spicules. As a quick introduction, spicules are the main skeletal elements of sponges. In freshwater sponges, they're mainly composed of silica, which makes them persistent in sediments. In addition, sponges can often be determined two species by their spicules alone. Both of these factors together make them ideal for paleolimnological studies. In addition, their sensitivity to the environment and, as mentioned, what was mentioned before, makes them very good for biomonitoring applications. In the past, catalogs have been made for the surrounding areas, such as eastern Canada and western Pennsylvania, but there hasn't been one made yet for the central New York region. Making this catalog allows more specific studies to be done in this area. So I'll be focusing on our methods and the applications of what we have acquired so far, and how we're going to move on from here. Specifically, how we've been using scanning electron microscopy for our applications. So SEM has been the gold standard for imaging spicules for a while now. It allows better, higher resolution than a light microscope ever could, and that allows us to not only create this catalog with very good images, but also we can use it for analysis of the spicule morphology. So here's the general outline of our methodology. After the sponges have been collected, they're digested in bleach, transferred to ethanol, and then the solution is dropped onto a glass cover slip, mounted on an SEM stub, sputter coat, and then imaged in the SEM. We found that putting it on a glass cover slip rather than directly onto the stub is much better for handling and allows more surface area to look at more spicules at once. All of that gives us images like these. So this is an example of what a figure might look like that goes into the catalog. So this shows the different spicule types of one species, Ephidacia fluviatilis. This is from one sample that was collected in Owasco Lake in Cayuga County. So it shows the different types of spicules that you can find in this species. So A shows the megasclere, B and C show the gemulosclere, and D shows a size comparison directly of the two next to each other, so you can kind of get an idea of what you're looking at and what you'll be looking for. Not only that, but we can also look at which species are present in which water bodies and the distribution of these species across the region. So here are spicules of two different sponge species that were both collected from around the same area in the Erie Canal in Oneida County. So A and B show the two spicules of Anheteromenia argiosperma, and C and D show the two spicules of Spongilla lacustris. As you can see, A and C are pretty similar, so having this is really good to differentiate the two of them. Besides the creation of the catalog, as mentioned earlier, this will also be able to compare the morphology of spicules of the same species that were from different locations or possibly collected at different times of the year to see if there's any differences between them. So here it shows the spicules of Spongilla lacustris. A and B were collected from Oneida River in Oswego County, and C and D were collected from Scriba Creek. This is a big portion of where we're moving next with this project. We can take measurements of all the spicules and the images that we've taken so far, and we can get an idea if there's a pattern between regions, between water bodies, or if there's any difference at all. This will not only give us more information about freshwater sponges in general, which are much less studied compared to their marine counterpart, but it'll also allow us to better inform ourselves in the process of making the catalog and be more precise with the information that we give about the sponges and what their spicules could look like, even down to water body. Thank you.